What does that weird voice say? All
What
right.
weird-
Hey, T. We got big news from San Francisco Mayor Daniel Lurie. Do we have the footage of the big news?
I believe we do. Let's see if we can play
Make
it
it
here.
happen.
I'll have to take out our boxes here. Let's see here. I'll share my screen. There we go. Let's take out the overlay so we can see it. Let's play it.
We have some really big news. Dead & Co. 3 shows, August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, right here in the city that is the home of the Grateful Dead. What better way to celebrate? We'll see you out here in August.
All right. Now this is exciting. I know that there's going to be consternation on with some people that, you know, the final tour was there, yada yada yada. But let's get down into
The
more
nitty-gritty.
came out after- Right, more came out after he spoke. He said August 1st through 3rd at the Polo Fields, which holds about 50,000, 57,000, I think is what was at the Jerry thing. And the who died in 91? There was one too. They did when Bill Graham died in 91. They did something, and I think it was around 60. So, but it says pending approval by the city's recreation and parks, which is interesting.
That is. I wonder. I mean, I would assume before he made the announcement, he would have at least, you know, had on good authority that it's going to be okay to do. But exciting nonetheless. I mean, to your point, I think there'll always be. I think we knew this was coming though, regardless, because it's the 60th, it's an anniversary, so it's a little one-off.
It would have been something else with Phil. If it was Phil, it would have been called something else. So the question for me
it would have been multiple shows because they would have had the Boulder shows, which Fish is filling in on for 4th of July. So there would have been a few other dates added, which then, as we talked about before we came on, then I think you would have a point at being a little bit angrier, as you mentioned, that after the San Francisco shows that they did at Oracle, and we're like, or it's Oracle Park, right? Yeah. And we're like, this is the end or whatever. And then I said, well, it was the end of touring. They never said it was really the end. We knew it was the end of touring. So the Sphere I was never really mad about. But this I would be a little bit more upset about if they did like a mini tour, even though it is the 60th and it's that one-off celebration and it's kind of excusable. And it would have had the original lineup, which you haven't had since Fare Thee Well, basically. So that would have.
So do you think we're getting Kreutzmann?
Well, that kind of, yeah, it's a nice segue into asking about that, right? I feel like in the
we should have texted someone before we came on that might know.
I don't know if he would confirm or deny though. I feel like he has told us no before, but I feel like in the spirit of what the announcement was and reading some of the other articles around it, it lists all of them and says, you know, the 3 of them plus Phil would have been doing something anyway. So I feel like, yes, I want to lean on the optimistic side anyway and say Billy's going to be there, but I wouldn't be surprised, I guess, if he wasn't. But then it's not really a true 60th anniversary. So I feel like he needs to at least show up for those 3 there too. I mean, it's in, you know, San Francisco. It feels like a homecoming and ending of, like, I don't know. I think it's great though. I mean, I think it's great. I'm glad they're doing it.
Right now, Golden Gate Park, the Dead played there. 67, The Human Being. 75 was their comeback, which was Lindley Meadows, which I guess is part of the larger complex there. 95, 91 with Bill Graham, 95 with Garcia's death. There was a huge thing there. So they have a real connection with that space, even within San Francisco, which obviously is their home.
Yeah, completely. And that's why it makes so much sense to just do it there. You know, even when they did Oracle shows as their last touring show stop was in San Francisco, you know, like always kind of begins and ends there, just like Fairly Well started there and then with the Chicago. So it's always a part of their DNA, and it's always a part of, I feel like, what, you know, wherever they are in these celebrations is a part of that as well. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what else develops around it. And it is the weekend after, I believe, Fish Tour ends, but then they have the SPAC shows, and this is the weekend after SPAC, I believe, right? So that's kind of fun. It lines up well with that.
Right.
So, yeah, it's exciting.
Laurie did make another additional statements we got here. From Haight-Ashbury and the Grateful Dead house to Ingleside, where Jerry Garcia grew up, the Grateful Dead is embedded in San Francisco's history. 6 years later, we're still enjoying their music, and this summer we get to enjoy the music of Dead and Company once again. This is more than just a concert; it's a San Francisco homecoming. It's like a Rice Aroni commercial out there, baby.
That's right, the San Francisco treat.
All right, 60,000 people. They list Jay Lane in this one article I'm looking at. Oh no, it says that was from 23. The concerts generated 31 million in local impact, according to Destination International's event impact calculator. We have to look that up. That sounds fun. I mean, imagine the info we can get from that. So, wow, that's fantastic. Now, do you think they'll end up being any guests? Remember last time we heard talk of Dylan maybe showing up and things like that?
I would not put it out of the realm, especially since of all times to do it. There's not usually a sit-in or like Bobby did just do Sammy Hagar. We just had the thing with playing with Sammy and rocking out a little bit. So it's not out of the realm completely for me to
think
that.
Bobby came out, they put the guitar on for the solo, he shred for like 4 minutes with Sammy in his face. I'm like, Sammy, get out of his face. Let the man have his face.
I know. What's more, and to that point too, I would think no matter what, Jay would be a part of this anyway, because they are also celebrating the 10-year anniversary of Dead & Co., which is pretty crazy to think about. That's been around for 10 years and has its own legacy and life and legs. Say what you want about it going on and on and on, but
often maligned by certain sections of the community.
Yeah, but that is like 10 years is like a generation of people that would have never gotten
more than a lot of fans.
So it's
more than your favorite band, more than the Clash.
Yeah, I think it's fantastic. Kudos to them for bringing it, for doing it, and keeping on.
Right. All right, I got something from Phil Ginsburg. Phil Ginsburg being Recreation and Park General Manager. This is good. Golden Gate Park and the Grateful Dead share a rich, intertwined history that helps shape a cultural era. Celebrating their 60th anniversary with a Dead & Company performance in the very place where the Summer of Love took root is a powerful tribute to their legacy. These concerts not only honor their cultural impact, but also shine a light on the park's surrounding neighborhood, its restaurants, local businesses, and vibrant community. Sounds like they already got the stamp of approval. It's just a matter of the paperwork
going through. Yeah, that's what I figured, because there's no way he'd make that announcement and then like this guy come out and be like, I don't know about that yet. So I'm sure it's
right. I have not seen anything from Dead & Company yet. If you go to their website, they still have the spear. I guess they're trying to get through the 3 shows this week. Then next week they'll start, tickets will know when tickets go on sale. Either that or it might be free. I mean, I think the Jerry Garcia and the Bill Graham things were
I was going to say, because I was just trying to think about, I mean, they do outside lands up there and stuff. So they do have like, the tickets. Like, yeah. So I don't know, but it would be kind of a lot more fun if it wasn't, but I can't imagine it wouldn't be.
They couldn't
and
do
also
it for
to your
free.
point, it is kind of interesting that they announced this before their last week in a Sphere. Like, not that people aren't going to go, but if you were or on the fence and you're like, well, I could drop all this money to go to Vegas and see the Sphere, or I could just go to San Francisco at the end of summer.
I could drop all this money to go to San Francisco
instead. Yeah. So,
it could never be free though. You'd get like twice. You'd get 120,000 people showing up. Yeah. Like all the freaks would come out of the woodwork.
I mean, I'd be right, William. There, but yeah, I mean, I'd definitely free for sure. I mean, I'll probably still end up there. But yeah,
Daniel is on top of it. There, he booked a flight and a hotel.
See you there, man. See you there. I love it.
He's going to come crash. He's going to drive up from LA.
That's all exactly. Let me know where you're staying.
Right. As more info comes out, we'll get deeper into this. Tomorrow, if you check the channel around 11 over on the videos tab, we have something about Delfest dropping. We do a little preview of it. That's coming up Memorial Day weekend and Wednesday night. As always, live from Friday mornings. So we got some stuff for you. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Follow us on social medias. You got anything, T?
Nope. I'm excited for the Delfest to drop. That was a really fun one to talk about, and the one we got coming out after that about the crawfish that we did today.
Michael Arnoni's crawfish.
Cannot
fest.
wait for you guys to hear about that thing. And if you're in the Jersey area, check out the crawfish.
The best crawfish fest apparently in the world is in New Jersey.
Just go to their website. Go to their website and check it out. You'll be sold. Anyway, thanks for watching. Just let us know in the comments what you guys think about Dead & Co.'s 60th, and if you're going or if you'll check it out. I'm sure it'll be streaming, which will be great, and we'll probably do after shows, but let us know.
We'll see you soon, guys.